Now, our valley is so gorgeous because of the nature, but it's idyllic because of all of the real estate that's here. And joining me on the couch today, the man does not need any introduction, but he is the #1 real estate mogul here in the valley, Tye Stockton. How are you, Tye?
I'm doing great. It's good to be here.
Great.
It's always fun to come in and chat a little bit about what's going on in the valley before we get on air, and then talk about some great homes.
It's true. It's true. And you have such gorgeous properties, and you're just a wealth of knowledge in regard to the industry here, to what's available, and just the details of all of these beautiful properties. So we've got 2 we're talking about today. So where do you want to start?
We're going to talk about 392 Beaver Dam Circle and then Edelweiss 406. But before we jump into that, I want to just make sure everybody knows that's listening that we're talking about Vail Village specific properties, and I wanted to keep it tight-knit to those because there's something interesting happening in Vail Village right now.
Oh, well,
Historic
okay.
Low inventory.
Really?
Things that are listed are not staying on the market very long, and we just have more buyers than sellers. People are stingy about wanting to sell their properties, so that's an interesting place to be right now when there's mixed messages out there across the country about, what, interest rates are doing to properties and maybe things slowing down. And any slowdown we're seeing in our market here is inventory driven. We have buyers on the sidelines that are looking for things. So that's a pretty good segue to start talking about 392 Beaver Dam Circle, because that's a brand new listing for us. It's a 5-bedroom home, and you can walk right into town, easy walk to skiing. And I love, we've got some images coming up now. This is a kind of a timeless, more traditional home, which we're seeing a movement back to that a little bit away from the mountain modern. I think people want more warmth, nice hardwood floors and stone fireplaces and rich warm wood and outdoor spaces. And this particular home I just love because it's nestled in the mature trees, and you can see here you have these gorgeous doors that open when the weather's outside, so that gives you additional seating or outdoor dining in the summer. We don't have bugs and humidity, so people just love being out there. And the fire pit and the vaulted ceilings in there, the antler chandeliers, you feel like you're in the mountains, don't you? When you look at these images, you're like, I'm there. And to have 5 bedrooms so the family can spread out. There's a little brook, which you see here, that flows through the property. So in the summertime, you have this warmth in your home, and you can hear the water just trickling by. You just want to nestle in there and do that. And yet in the wintertime, it transforms to this amazing ski chalet that people are just absolutely enamored with.
It's gorgeous. It's got some modern feature, but it's mostly that classic warm feeling. And I think, just as you mentioned, you can have modern anywhere else in the U.S. or in the world, really. But to have a specific, like, classic mountain themed home, it just transports you to a place that we all love, our magical bubble here in the valley.
Yeah, and not to be overlooked, in this neighborhood, it has a rare 3-car garage. And why is that important? Because we have all sorts of toys here. We've got our bikes and our kayaks and all those toys that we need. And people are always asking me for that additional space, and having that 3rd garage bay plus this big generous sized auto court. It's perfect for inviting guests over and just really enjoying and sharing this home with your friends and loved ones. So
it's gorgeous, those high vaulted ceilings and the big windows. So when it is wintertime, you don't feel like it's dark and cold. It feels warm and inviting and just beautiful.
Yeah, and we hear people saying, I don't necessarily want 10,000 square feet of home. And this one's really nice because it's just under 4,600 square feet, so it's very manageable. And for the current owners, they spend about half the year here, and they say it's just a really nice size home where when they fill up the house, everybody's around. And here in the valley, people, there's so much to do, and it creates all these opportunities to get together and socialize and talk about your day or what's going on in a very relaxed manner. And this house really brings everybody together in a really cozy, comfortable way.
That's true, and you want space because we have all of the toys, and you want to be able to relax and unwind once you've finished all of your activities, but at the same time, you want community as well. and that's a great space for it.
Yeah, and the great room, which we saw with the vaulted ceilings, it's lends itself nicely to bring a lot of people together to dine and share a cocktail or just a story about what's going on in their lives or what an amazing ski day they had today or golf or any of the activities that the Valley offers.
That's true.
Really fun. And then let's talk about Edelweiss.
I'm excited to hear about that one. I love this property.
Yeah, what strikes me about Edelweiss is the location. So it's location on Bishop Park, which those that know Vail, they feel like for the condo environment, that is the key place to be.
Okay.
It's cozy. There's a little circular drive through there, and there's a little park in the middle. And you can see from the exterior photos here, it's in a Bavarian inspired condominium project that's relatively small compared to some of the big projects like Four Seasons and Ritz and Solaris. So they have a nice little cozy lobby area, but this particular residence is the one to grab in Edelweiss because it's the top floor residence. You can see here, that view's looking at the Gore Range. So you look right up Gore Creek,
Stunning.
over the International Bridge, and you see the Gore Range view there. And it's just such a charming place. When I first walked in, I said it sort of harkened back to those earlier days in Vail, where a lot of the pioneers here were from Europe. So a lot of the architectural style was more Bavarian, if you will. And so this has that, and yet if somebody wants to do a refresh on it, it's there. It has a lofted area above the kitchen, plus 2 bedrooms and actually 3 bathrooms in there. It's got its own laundry area, so while it's not an overly big place, again, it's perfect. I think I told you before we went on air, I want this one. It's one of those you go, it's such a rare gem, and it's only going to be on the market for a short while. It has an outdoor balcony, which is west facing, so you can enjoy afternoon sun, even as we approach spring skiing now, where we get those afternoon warm days. You could sit out there and have a drink or some hors d'oeuvres and just enjoy where you are, because you're going to hear the sound of Gore Creek, which is just right outside your window.
Oh, it's so magical. Who needs music when you've got the sound of the creek?
When you walk into Edelweiss 406, you just feel like this is something that's special.
Yeah. It's like, are you in Vail or are you in the Swiss Alps?
Yeah.
Who knows? Either way, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, and you could go for one of the big box properties, which are amazing, and we sell a lot of those, but a lot of people want something that's a little more understated. They don't need a lot of the services that some of the other ones offer, and they pull right in to the covered garage. And this particular residence, which is really rare also, offers not 1 but 2 parking spaces.
Wow.
And they're very coveted because a recent founder's space just sold for over $500,000 for
Just
the opportunity to
space.
just park your car in a cold garage. So this has 2 parking spaces, which is very rare for a 2-bedroom condo in Vail Village. And you take your elevator right up to the 4th floor, so it's really easy living. I like to say you measure your success and location by how many steps you are to Sweet Basil, which is one of my favorite restaurants. And
It's true.
you walk right down, and within less than 2 minutes, you're sitting at your table in Sweet Basil or any of the other fine dining restaurants we have in town. And yet when you go through to get to Bishop Park and Edelweiss, you have no idea that the hustle and bustle of Vail Village is right outside your door. I just love this property, and I want people to pay attention, because even if you're not in the market and you're just curious, call the number on the bottom of the screen, 970-471-2557, or look for those Compass Real Estate Stockton Group open house signs. We're going to be doing open houses there consistently throughout the weeks and then the spring, because we want to make it easy for people to walk right in and just fall in love with it and buy it.
It's true, and you have an inside edge to all of the properties that may not be officially listed on the market, but just good to keep your eyes and ears open for gorgeous properties like this one.
Yeah, I mean, as you started out in the interview today, I've been at it for a while now, and I've really made a career out of Vail Valley real estate, particularly Vail Village. And if you're thinking about maybe that next step, but you're not quite ready to step out and chase one of these gorgeous properties we have, give us a call. We love talking to you. We love educating people. And a lot of times we hear what their wants and needs are. And I say, I've got somebody that's thinking about selling their property, and maybe we can pair the two of you up, and, we all live happily ever after in the Vail Valley here. It's a lot of fun. I get to do that and help people realize their dream of Vail Valley real estate home ownership, and I consider myself very lucky to be able to do that.
Oh, that's wonderful, and congratulations to you and your team. #1 for the 6th year in a row for 2023. Very exciting stuff, and there is a reason for that because of your knowledge and your relationship building. So,
well, it's very humbling, but we work extremely hard at it, and we thank all of our clients for trusting us to go out there and find them their perfect home, or when they're done and they have a life change, that they trust us to sell their home and do a great job doing that. So thank you for that acknowledgement, and thank everybody out there for trusting us. So.
Awesome. Well, Tye, we love having you on the couch. Great to see those gorgeous properties you have available. And one more time, where can people go to get in touch with you or your team?
Sure. So tsgvail.com is our website. There's tons of great options in real estate there. My phone number, which I always have my phone, is 970-471-2557. You see it up on the screen now. Edelweiss406.com. You can go look there. 392 beaverdamcircle.com. You can look there. So, we try to make it easy for people, and we're always here to help serve. So
awesome. Well, Tye, great to see you. Exciting to be here on the couch at the start of the 2024 year. Can't wait to see what you do here in the Valley this year.
Great. My pleasure. Thank you.
Awesome. Now stay tuned. We are coming up on the close of this Tuesday morning edition. We'll be right back after this.